There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV.
Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. We've just listened to Plastic Letters by Blondie, alright? The second record. We did listen to the self-titled a little bit back now, which I felt was the band sort of... Well, you know what? Initially, before I listened to this record, I thought it was the band finding itself. You know, it was early days, and I felt there was a lot of maturity there pre-existing, but there was a little more to be found, a little more of a settling down to be done where the band found its true, sound. But then I've listened to this record, and the spectrum is still as broad. And when I say that, I mean the variety of songwriting, the variety of influence and ideas. There's heaps of different approaches to these songs. You're not going to hear the same song twice. It's really quite fantastic as far as a creative perspective is concerned. Now, I may have listened to the remaster, so I think I might have had more tracks on what was on the original release. I didn't listen to track 17 as it was a live performance, but we had 16 tracks on my experience of listening to the record. You tell me how many was on the original, and we'll go from there. I'm only judging purely as somebody in the comment section spoke of Poet's Problem not being on the initial release, and that's really it. 3 different music videos, which goes to show there was a little bit of a decent budget behind this one. I think there was more music videos on this one than there was on the debut. The music video is really good, and I feel like the music videos gave us the magic. They showed that Blondie was beyond a sound, was beyond the band. They were a very good looking bunch, and they had star power. Like, the band definitely has star power, and I would argue that's so much of the selling point of this band. Yeah, so much of why people love them. Of course, you had Debbie Harry, who in one particular video, Detroit 442, geez Louise, she was looking very good, you know? I didn't want to jump straight into that, but I couldn't help myself on that one. She looked absolutely fantastic, and you could see why she was the poster girl of, a lot of people worldwide, even to this day, What an iconic identity. Yes. Music wise, there wasn't anything that necessarily stuck to mind. The tune Denise I thought was the best hook, but other than that, there wasn't any hooks that was like so bold I remember them to this point. Like I said, it was a very varied record, so musically speaking, you have a lot of different ideas. And lyrically speaking, very conceptual, very unique conceptually. Not just writing love songs, not just writing, breakup songs, not just writing, songs that fit the mold, approaching very particular niche topics and just attacking them with that lyrical and songwriting effort, which was a good showcase of songwriting capability. Yeah. It seemed as if there was a little bit of a pass the parcel with songwriting credits. 2 fellas in particular taking the main gist, where we did have Debbie Harry credited 1 or 2 times. Alright, for the most part, she was singing the songs as to whom the others had penned, it seemed, on this particular record at least. Had a little introduction to what was to become a big massive hit with Once I Had a Love, aka the disco song. That was good. It was nice to hear that variation of it. As far as the band is concerned, drummer was very rock and roll, I think even to a detriment of the band at times, because sometimes we had this lesser dynamic where we wanted it to be a little more quiet, a little less audacious, but the drummer just came in, just absolutely battering the drums all around the board 24/7, even to an extent where sometimes I was listening to the drum fills, and admittedly the drum fills were good, tight, technical, but it wasn't needed for the band. It was not needed. It was a bit too overt. You know where I'm coming from. Guitar work was good. Plenty of twinkling guitars. No over excessive playing. Bassist was good. Had his time to shine throughout a lot of it. Keys. When the keys were performing in the band, they really created a great depth in addition to what else were going on. As far as rating this record, I don't know what I gave the last one, but I'll give this a 5 to a 5.5. Purely as I'm not going to return to it, and there's nothing that necessarily stuck out to me. It wasn't a record that appealed to me. You know, an awkward contrast between the singer-songwriter-esque pop element of the band and the rock and roll / punk. It was, to me, unique, yes, but a bit confused. I would have preferred just taking one route or the other, in all honesty. Big, catchy, melodic choruses, or, you know, a bit of punk rock attitude. One of the two and stick with it. That's what I was thinking. So that was Blondie, Plastic Letters. I am going to continue on through the discography because I know people love Blondie, so